Hello, Frank. Morning. Here's an old Fram filter from like back in the 70s. Oldsmobile 263, pH 25. That's heavy. It's really heavy compared to today's filters. Wow, look at that. Old oil. Still got the dust on the bottle. Formula Shell motor oil, 5W30. That's been around for a while. Well, that's it for that package. I still got another filter from what is it called? What's that company? Or GM from back in the 70s or 80s, and it's the Hangst filter. It's made by that German company Hangst. I still have that filter. We got to cut open here on the channel. Let me try to put this camera here so it's less shaky. Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. What's that name right there? Top Done? This is their Phoenix Plus. So you know what this means. I take one of my other, I get a nicer scan tool. I take one of my other nicer scan tools and I give it away to one of you guys. I got 2 nice ones left. So as I get them, I give them to you. Sometimes I just randomly pick somebody. Sometimes I just ask somebody to share a personal story of theirs with me in the automotive industry. But this one, I think I might do this one a little different. It might be a little bit more personable to learn more about some of the people that have been here for a long time. Yeah, it's not just always about somebody in need, though. It's about, it definitely is about people in need, but it's more along the lines of who participates, who's actually going to listen to the directions that I give in what I want to see. And what I find is a lot of people don't do that. I'll say, in this video, I'd like for you to tell me your experience with your most meaningful experience with your family and where you used your vehicle to get you out of a situation, or it was very, very important in your situation. Like, this is where my first and only child was born, and I had to rely on this vehicle to get me to the hospital. It was 16 hours away or something like that, and something memorable, right? And I'll give the directions on what I'd like to hear, because I like reading people's stories. Like a gentleman recently told me, the reason I don't get rid of that 85 Mercedes is because that 85 Mercedes is the actual vehicle that got my child to college all across the upper UP. All of our vacations was in that vehicle. You know, the only time that thing ever broke down was like one time, and it needed an alternator bearing that the GM dealer back in the 90s was able to just replace and fix for me. Stories like that. But instead of getting what I asked for, they'll say stuff like, the reason this car is the most memorable to me is because it just works good, and that's it. And I'm like, what? Come on, man. Or they'll say, oh, I just really like this car, that's why I want to be entered in the contest. Are we not playing the game to get so I can learn more about you? I mean, sometimes people just really don't listen at all, and they just do whatever they want. Wireless dongle. Oh, let me close this door right here to this laundry room. Hello, hello, hello. Let's open this box up and see what this thing looks like. That's heavy. That's real heavy. Holy moly. It's got a camera in the back. This thing is beefy. What is this back here? I guess you can take this off. For a unit like this, you're probably looking at about, I would say ballpark between $1,200 to $1,400, maybe $1,500. I haven't looked yet. I don't know, but I know they're up at least like 1,200, I think, or more. No, we still got the Grand Marquis. I've been telling everybody follow the directions and what I gave you to get the Grand Marquis, and people just not the Grand Marquis today. It wasn't a Grand Marquis, it was a Lincoln Town Car. Better than a Grand Marquis. And nobody follows the directions. I posted the email and I say, if you guys are interested in the car, email me and I get a hold of the owner and I'll put you guys in contact. No, they don't do that. They just yap, 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 yap. And it's like, cash is king. Stop playing around. If you're going to be serious about it, the car's worth it. Go buy the car. Quit wasting time. I left my email in the comment section for people to get a hold of me, and then they're still like, oh, hey, I want to buy it. I want to buy it. Email me. Some guy messaged me this morning, hey, I want to come buy the car right now. I love that car. Email me. I'm not talking about just you, A4301. That would be nice to have a name instead of a bunch of numbers. I'm just saying, it would be nice for people to follow directions, and they don't even do it. It's like adults can't even comprehend what's being said to them to follow the directions if you want to move forward. And that's my biggest thing, even in life in general. Is I'll give somebody clear, concise directions, and adults just simply cannot follow directions. It's like, huh? Huh? What? Huh? Oh, yeah? No. They just can't follow directions. I guess there's like a battery pack thing you can put in here. It says, please make sure module is installed the proper way. I don't know if it's a battery pack or maybe it's like an extra like memory thing that you can put in the back of this. 5 voltage, 2.5 amp. There's something you can put in here in the back of it. Hi, Shane. Nice to meet you, Shane. That car was a garage car. That car was a garage queen its whole entire life. He bought that car from an old lady, and then he put about $1,500 to $2,000 into that car to make it even more reliable, so some people don't have to worry about the air ride going out. He picked it wasn't even like the cheap Napa kit, which is still a good kit, still a great conversion kit. He actually went and got the KYB kit and had it converted with the nice stuff. You can take pictures of the job you're working on. Go around with the car with your tablet. You can take pictures of it, of the vehicle. You drive a 2013 Chevy Impala with 67,000 miles. Yeah, nice car. I mean, they got their flaws. You're due for a valve cleaning. That's a direct injection vehicle. What is that? What are those? 3.7 liters or something like that? 3.9 liter or whatever. 3.6 liter, yeah. So you're gonna have to get the valves cleaned on that thing soon if you want it to keep running well for you. It's not I just did one on the channel here. I showed you guys how to do it if you're interested in doing it yourself, and I kind of went in depth in the process. So, let's see. English, of course, English. Next. Thank you for the purchase. For any technical support, please contact support@TopDone with SN. If you need another 12 months warranty, please contact warranty@TopDone via Facebook or at topdone.com or via Facebook for more information. Oh, you're gonna start messing around, huh? Set this up. Where's Chicago at? There it is, right there. Next. Agreed to the terms. Okay, I read it. Good. I agree. I read everything on the page. New registration. Email. Yeah, I don't ever read. Honestly, you know what? I probably should read the terms and conditions because there's a lot of stuff hidden in there that we don't see, but eh. Eh. The kitty cat's back behind me. She's making some noise, crunching away on some food. Oh, I guess because I already registered with them before. Alright, let's look and see what we got going on here. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff. Doing what the title of the video says. Unboxing gifts. And this is a scan tool. Let's see here. Click on services. You only have 10 times to use the device if not registered. Oh, I see. I see. You gotta register it. You gotta finish the registration. Okay. I will continue to do so. Is that better? That's better right there. So now I can really see who I'm yelling at. Good. Give me a reason to yell. Yeah, so if you guys are in, somebody's interested in that Lincoln Town Car, somebody needs to snag that Lincoln Town Car up. That Lincoln Town Car, I kid you not, it's like it's brand new. It's like somebody just bought it. That's how clean the undercarriage and the suspension and everything is. It's just amazing. Chicago. I mean, I hate to be rude to anybody, but I've said Chicago like I don't know how many times. Like I've been trying to keep everybody updated on where it's located. You ain't got to be sorry. I'm just, after doing this for so many years online, it just gets old, the whole repeat game, man. That's like my biggest thing is like people, it's like repeat, repeat, repeat. It's like you're a broken record, and then eventually you're just like, ugh, I just want to start ignoring people. I used to try to respond to every single person that was on the channel, and now I just get to a point where it's like, if I see something interesting or whatever that I'd like to respond to, I do, and then I don't say anything else. There's a lot of people I don't even message back because the stuff that they're saying is like, huh? Were you guys on Aaron's Power Stroke Live session Wednesday? Josh was on there. Adapt from the Adapt channel. Josh with Caterpillar. He's got his own channel. That was pretty interesting. It was nice seeing him online and getting to talk to him. Pete fell off. Who was left? Repeat. I'm not going anywhere. Let me get this code from this email, so I'm gonna pause this for a second. I just had to get the code real quick. Are they gonna make me get another verification code? Because that took too long. You've got to be kidding me. Let me try it without it. Okay. Good. No. Okay. All right, we're good now. We're going to use this later to diagnose the Lincoln. I think the Lincoln's going to need ignition coils and spark plugs because it's been about 60,000 miles on those double platinum plugs I put in there, but I let it sit for 3 months and she wasn't liking that coming home. So I eased out onto the interstate and I could feel a little bit of a miss. And once I got on the interstate and opened her up to about 70, 75 mile an hour, she cleared out and ran great the whole entire way back, the hour and 15-minute drive. The problem is, now I've shut it back down. I went out there to go start it again the other day, and it sounded like that little bit of a miss came back. So I got to get a hold of that before it gets out of control. So I'm probably going to end up doing all the coils and all the spark plugs all at the same time, just to update that Lincoln. If you guys don't know, some of you are new here, I also have a Lincoln Town Car. I was thinking about selling it, but my Lincoln Town Car is kind of sentimental to me because it's my first Lincoln Town Car. It's got 253,000 miles on it. It runs like it's absolutely brand new. It's got a TCI deep salt transpan, so I moved from like a like 3 or 4 quart system to up to a 7 quart system now. It's an aluminum pan. It the shift points and everything have been reprogrammed in it to increase shift line pressure up to 15%, so it shifts much smoother and much quicker. It's got all new brake hardware all the way around. It's been in my life for quite a while now, and I really love the car, but it's getting to a point where I have too many vehicles. I just have too many vehicles sitting around, and I'm going to have to thin some of them out. The Dodge is in the shop right now with the intake manifold stuff tore out of it. It's getting the new VRP plates installed, so it will increase the CFM of the capability of the CFM for the engine. Basically, the Dodge Plenums have a flat bottom and they have a keg style upper, and air comes through the top and it kind of bounces down, and there's like a void in each end of the keg, and it kind of traps air in those areas, and it's not an efficient intake system, so it creates a little turbulence in there, and it doesn't have direct airflow, so the air goes through the top of the intake manifold and then it bounces off the bottom and it kind of hits some turbulence, and then it goes through the runners and back over to the cylinder head. Now it's a poor intake in general. It's very, very bad. So what the new VRP plates do is they go inside the intake manifold and they block off those voids, so as the air is coming in, it hits the bottom and gets directed right into the ports for the cylinder head, and there's none of that bouncing around and turbulence and stuff going on anymore. So that's basically in the works now, is updating all that and putting a 1/4 inch aluminum plate and belly pan on it instead of the thin metal one that comes from the factory. And I guess eventually in 2001 they went to a machined surface metal where you don't need a gasket, and that's what was in the vehicle, but it was still leaking anyway. I'm trying to update this thing. Trying to see if this needs any updates at all. Look in the library. So in the library it's got like all OBD fault code library, coverage list. You can go right to YouTube, Facebook from it. You can go into Haynes Pro. You can go into Identifix. You can log into your Identifix from right here, your Mitchell, OBD Wiki, Autodata, ETI, Tech Data, everything right from the screen. It all has the built-in icons to go right from here, so you don't have to go back to your shop computer to do it. You can just do it right from your scan tool. So it also has the capability to run the software. Let me see here. If we click on battery tester, there's a device that you can buy. I think it's like 150, 250 bucks, and you can hook it up to the vehicle and you can connect it to this, and you can do your own. It's a box like so big, and it hooks to the battery, and it does its own testing, state of health report, and it feeds it back to this tablet, so you get an idea on what your battery state of charge is, instead of just like the quick barely does any tests. This thing's supposed to do all kinds of tests, and it's called the BT Mobile Pro. And when you log in, this is what the screen looks like. You register it, you click your Bluetooth device, you register the Bluetooth device to the program, and now you're doing everything from your laptop. You're generating your customer report, or from your tablet, generating customer report. You can send it to their email. You can do the battery testing, send it to their email. You can get on Mitchell on Demand. You can do all that stuff right now from your tablet. So my other tablet that I got from Top Gun, I've already started doing that. Whenever I hook up to a customer's car and I do the codes before and the codes after, I send it directly to their email now, so it gives them a professional printed off like diag list of everything that has been done and looked at and cleared out from the computer, and it now comes directly from the tablet, and I don't have to go back to the computer and stuff and do all that. They get it directly from the tablet. Catch can on a diesel. Why would you say that? Why is it in the extreme cold, is it a bad idea? I mean, you could do that. You could say that about any catch can. You don't have to say that just about diesel stuff. You can say that about gasoline stuff as well. Yeah, it freezes when people don't take care of it. That's why it freezes. It freezes when people don't keep them dumped out. So if you know it's cold and you're in a cold season for 3 or 4 months, it's your job to go out and make sure every couple days that thing is dumped out. If you can't do it, then that's your own fault. It's not the catch can's fault. That's like saying that ironically, all guns in the world should be banned because guns are bad, and guns just jump up and go shoot people themselves instead of people grabbing the gun and shooting people. It's a ridiculous statement. I've been wanting to talk about that crap here too, but I know people on the channel, there's a lot of people that they ain't gonna want to hear what I have to say about that. But I come from all walks of life, and common sense is a motherfucker, man. And people just really, where's the freaking screen that says you can update stuff? I can't find the update section. Does it even need to be updated? Let me go to the sprocket. Fix firmware, activate VCI. This gotta be it right here. Oh, you could do screen recorder. You can screen record yourself while you're on here doing this. Customer management. You can plug your customers in here. Let's go on customer management and see. I can hit the plus sign. Huh. You can create portfolios for your customers in here. The ones that come back over and over and over again. You can save their stuff right in the computer base. You can save their profiles here, so when they come in, all you got to do is hook up. You can pull their profile up and you're good to go. This is pretty freaking neat. Are you talking about this one right here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, CD, I am. You know, I would love for you guys to put your names by your icon, so I can call you something other than CD 1234789 or my cunt hurts. It's just put your freaking names next to it. Oh, this is not. You're sending me a different one. This is not you. This was somebody else that sent this to me. You know, let me I'm gonna bring. Maybe I shouldn't bring up this topic. Uh, it was something I was talking to a police officer the other day, and we were having a conversation. I worked on his vehicle. I fixed his vehicle for him, and yes, he got charged just like everybody else does. They don't get any special treatment or anything like that, other than every once in a while I might do something like change a battery for free. But they are police officers, or give them a discounted oil change. But when it comes to hard repairs and stuff that have to be done, they get charged full boat. Um, but if it's something simple like maintenance wise, and I do give police officers a discount. I do give old people a discount. I do give teachers a discount. Um, it's sometimes it's just what I do. The old lady next door, she came over, and I think she was in her like late 60s, early 70s, and she wanted a battery put in her car yesterday, and she was like, I want the same battery put in. And I said, ma'am, it's interstate battery. The prices went up on interstate batteries. They're not like $200 anymore unless you go to Costco. The full bolt price on them now. They just did their second price increase in the last like 3 months. And so they're up to like $240 now for the battery that goes in your car. And she said, it's fine. I like the interstate batteries. I don't care about any of the other ones. I want to put that one in there. I said, okay, I'll put it in there for you. And she says, what do I owe you? What's the labor for it? And I said, don't worry about it. You're the neighbor next door. It took like 5 minutes to do it. You don't got to pay nothing for us to put the battery in. We changed it out, cleaned it up for her, put the new one in, and sent her on her way. It's just how I do business. I'm not going to charge customers, especially neighbors, for stuff like that. Whenever I need them to look out for me, whenever something happens around the shop, or they see something that's going on that's fishy, and they come to me and they say, hey, something so and so's been casing the property, or I've been seeing some suspicious stuff at night. The moment you turn on them or don't take care of them is the moment they don't take care of you. So let's see. Customer management, diagnostic records, photo album, screen recorder. Go to settings again. You can change it from metric to imperial, or 12-hour to 24-hour. The other day I was talking to a police officer, and he said it's like this, Rich. Listen to what I'm telling you right now. Listen to what I'm being serious with you right now. He said, do you think that all this stuff on the news that you're seeing about people using guns and shootings and stuff, that's all that's going on out there? I said, no, I don't. And he said, we just had a teenager, 13 years old, at the school the other day, found out that they had a weapon on them in the school, and allowed them to keep the weapon on them in the school before it was found out and reported, because they didn't want that child alienated. They didn't want that child to be roughed up in the school and embarrassed in front of everybody else and have their stuff gone through, and then now they become an embarrassment to the school. So when we found out about it and we had to go in to confiscate that weapon, we had to ask questions like, why? Why are you doing this? How did this even make it in the freaking school? And we had to launch an internal investigation into the school on why they continually allowed this to happen. That child could have, at some point, reacted and started shooting other children in that school. Why the school didn't bring that up faster and sooner and put a kibosh to it immediately, all because of the child's feelings and image. And the main thing, because they didn't want the school and the rest of the people and the parents to know the child had a problem with the dean of the school. And then it would launch an investigation into the dean of the school. Why does this child have a problem with the dean of the school? Is there something going on here that we need to know about with this dean? Why does this child feel like this child has to protect themselves from the dean of the school? Why did they feel like they have to bring a weapon to school? Because they feel fearful of the dean of the school. And how did the child get the weapon? It ain't people like us that are law-abiding citizens that are doing this crap. It's children that are gaining access to this stuff. It's people that don't have any responsibility, or they don't know anything else other than to protect themselves in the worst way. not too far away from the school, there's another two children that are found carrying a weapon in the school, making it through the school, in the school with the weapon. All of this within a year, year and a half, this was found out. And these two schools are within miles of each other. How is this happening? How are they allowing this? When they ask the child, how did you get this in the school? Oh, I've been carrying a weapon for years. I just walk right in the front door. I don't walk in the door with the rest of the other students. I walk in the front door and nobody stops me. That is scary. And then when you question the principals and the dean of the school and the school board, you get silenced. They don't do nothing about it. And then you wonder why there are school shootings. Then you wonder why these things are going on. It's because nobody is doing anything about it, and our school system is literally failing us. It has nothing to do with laws being put in place. It has nothing to do with putting more restrictions on people to stop people from getting guns. It has everything to do with how easy it is for the child to get the gun, and the school systems, the corrupt school boards, not doing their job to make sure the children are protected. That's the problem. Oh, I want to protect little Timmy's image, so we just didn't say anything about it, and we just let him keep carrying, knowing darn well that it's a problem. You know, back in the day, I said back in the 90s, it was refreshing that I could go out on the street with my friends and stuff of all colors, all ethnicities, from people all over the world. And we used to run the streets together until the street lights came on. Hell, we'd be in the next town over. We'd be at Grandma's house. We'd be at Indian Arshad's Aunt Auntie's house eating lunch. And then we'd be at Jamal's house down the road eating fried chicken at night. Hey mom, can I stay at Jamal's house tonight? I want to just relax here and chill, sleep with my buddies and stuff over here. His mom said he's cool with it. Oh yeah, it's fine, baby, no problem. You're good to go. You know, don't worry about it. I'll see you in the morning, on the weekends. We used to be able to do stuff like that in the city. This is in the city. We used to be able to we just run the streets, but we weren't kids that were looking for problems. We weren't kids that were just out trying to find guns to go shoot people and hurt people. Yeah, there were still gangbangers. Yeah, you would still have, what up, little man? Who you with? You know, where's your brother at? You know, they'd still be tough. They'd still beat you up every once in a while and stuff. They'd still do stupid things. They'd still shoot at each other and stuff like that. But anymore, it ain't like that no more. You can't do that stuff anymore. You just as soon look at a child the wrong way in the city of Chicago, and he'll pull a pistol out right there and shoot you on the spot. That's how they do things. They don't do things like they used to. Kids, 12, 13 years old, 11 years old, walking around with pistols. They shoot you right there. They don't care. It's a different world, man. It is a completely different world. And it sucks because you go to school and, you know, come Monday, some kid will show up at school and he's got a big patch on his belly or something like that, or a big patch on his arm. And you're like, what happened to you? Oh, I got shot on Friday after we got out of school. Huh? Oh yeah, I got shot. No big deal. Somebody mistook me for the wrong person. They never seen me in their neighborhood before, and instead of asking questions, they just shot me. And then they realized I wasn't a bad guy. I wasn't the person that they were looking for. Oh, no big deal, huh? Nah, no big deal. Just go on about your business like it never even happened. Children getting shot, show up to school with already war wounds in the wrong place at the wrong time. Seriously. Okay, there we are. Upgrading the APK. Oh, remotely control this device from any computer. Oh, so somebody that's good with computers could remote into this thing and actually look at what I'm doing. Even from a phone. They could do it from their phone, it says. That's cool. That's real cool. gives you an ID, team viewer ID. So you can let somebody in. Update. There we go. Update. Upgradable software. Here we go. This is what I've been looking for. It wants me to activate my VCI and I don't want to. Activate VCI. Do I need to plug it in? Well, I'll tell you right now, I carry every day, and I'm not going to stop carrying every single day. Just because I don't know what'll happen. And every day I walk out this door, I'm protected. And I know the difference between me and some kid or some other person from the city is I know how to use it very, very well in very demanding situations. And I hope that I never, ever in my life have to. But because of the violence and because of the craziness, I don't leave this house without some kind of protection. That's just how it is. Serial number, activation code. Football day in Chicago isn't all that bad. You're smoking crack. You are. Stop. I've lived here my whole life. I mean, I've moved away for a little bit and then come back, but I'm from here. I work in Chicago every single day. Chicago isn't all that bad. Come on, man. That's some snowflake shit, man. Chicago isn't all that bad. It is bad. Let's see if I can activate this. VCI registration successful. So now it's going to let me update all the programs. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for this to pop up right here. That's another thing too. You know, we want to send all this money and stuff over to Ukraine that doesn't deserve our money, but we can't spend hundreds of what is it, billions of dollars over in Ukraine, but we can take care of this problem right here and upfit every single one of the schools that we have here in the United States with protection, with the right metal detectors, security guards, everything else, but they won't do that. They'd rather send money overseas where it's not needed and something that we don't even need to be involved in, instead of protecting our own people here in the United States. I get what you're saying, football dad, you live in Chicago, but it's like your word versus mine, and these people know me versus you. It ain't all candy canes and sugar canes and rainbows in Chicago. You can't tell me Chicago's not bad. That's literally what you said. Chicago's not all that bad. Yes, it is. There are some good areas, but it really is all that bad. It's been getting bad for years and years and years. It's been getting worse. How are you going to defend that and say, well, I live in Chicago? So do I. I live right outside of it, and I work there every single day, and I deal with the people from Chicago every single day. I grew up on the north side. You know, I've lived on the south side. It's not all that bad. It's bad. It's the worst that it's ever been. And now we got this new idiot mayor that is some like school teacher. He's not even a politician. He has no experience doing this job. Now we got this new Yahoo mayor that's worse than the mayor we had before. The dude literally was on national television or on the news saying, with the recent events of the looting and people breaking into businesses and stuff in downtown Chicago, and they destroyed all this stuff, and Well, if the companies weren't charging so much tax, then stuff like this wouldn't be going on. You allow them to do it. You guys put the legislation in place that allows the companies to do what they're doing. How are you going to blame it on them and then make excuses for these children, these teenagers, to do the stuff that they do? At least Lori Lightfoot was smart. She didn't manage the city very, very well at all. But she was smart. She actually came from a criminal prosecution or something type legal background. She knew what was going on in the city. This new guy, he's clueless. He's absolutely 10 times worse than her. He's clueless. I'm updating everything right now. Is what we're doing. Well, and it's like now you can't even arrest prostitutes on the street. You can't arrest prostitutes on the street. You can't do anything. You can't. There's this new soft approach implementation now because you don't want to segregate and cause more issues for people by arresting them and taking them off the street, because now you've created more division and more turmoil in lower class minority families and communities by arresting and taking care of the issue. So this new position of just ticket them, just do these types of things to slap them on the wrist and never get any kind of real punishment is how the city's running things now. So when you look at the city of Chicago as a whole, they don't approach a lot of the crime the way they did before, where if you did something bad, you just got locked up for it. They're not doing that. The biggest majority of what is going on in the city gang-wise is it's not even like white gangs and stuff anymore. It's the majority of what's being seen is black gangs versus Hispanic gangs, or the two different minority gangs, and that's predominantly across the city. You'll have the Razas versus like some Southside Disciples or something like that, or whatever it is. You'll have Hispanic gangs versus black gangs, and there's really not too many white gangs involved anymore. They've all been washed out and swept away by the wayside. Most of what you see now is minority gangs, just like you did when we went to Iraq. You've seen sectarian violence. It was Sunni versus Shia. It was basically two different sets of beliefs, and those people would fight each other for religious reasons. And it's the same way in the city of Chicago. You've got two different minority gangs that predominantly control everything, and it's just how it is. That's the daily life. The other part of that is you have a lot of illegal aliens coming from outside of the country. It's not just Hispanic people. It's Asian people. It's Indian people, and they're coming in through Mexico. And when they get here, they go to cities like Chicago because they're sanctuary cities, and they will house and ensure asylum for these people. Well, when these people don't have anything really to live off of, sometimes the kids will join the gangs, and they will become part of the culture and the atmosphere so they can get by, so they can live. And they learn how to do things and grow up and work via the gangs. And that's how they make some of their money and stuff. And a lot of people, they don't realize that. A lot of these people, when you arrest let's just say the man of the family, he's here illegally, and you have like agents that come in and pick him up and take the father out of the household. When you take the father out of the household now, and you're leaving everything on the mom doesn't know what to do on her own anymore. So what does she do? She relinquishes some of those reins on those children, and they start running the streets freely. And a lot of those children that don't have a father figure in their life and stuff anymore end up turning to the gangs for father figures, and they end up raising them without the father figure in their life. And a lot of people don't realize that. Uh, right, Kevin, you are right. It's not a function of any particular color. It's poverty. It's the life in which they live in, and in the areas that we're seeing the majority of gang activity and stuff anymore. It's in areas that are predominantly Hispanic and African American communities. Um, but that's where more of the poverty level has hit. I guess you could almost say forever, unfortunately. But there's so many different ways to look at this, and there's no one solid answer on how to approach the situation, on how to fix it. It's hard. You think locking people up is the answer, and that's not always the answer. You think leaving people on the street is the answer. That's not always the answer. The issue is the people that run this state and that run our government and stuff in general are the problem. They're not fixing anything with us in the lower class communities. What they're fixing is they're fixing issues over in Ukraine and in Russia and in China and stuff like that. They're not focusing where they need to focus. This is where the problem is at. Focus your attention here. Put the funds and the money and stuff into stuff here. But that's not what they do. There's no, if they can keep the poor and the middle class somewhat controlled, and the upper class running everything, especially big corporations and financial institutions, are the ones controlling the shots, then they're kosher. It doesn't matter. Oh, for sure. Pritzker is the I can't even say how much I'm displeased with Pigster. So this thing is actually completely updated now. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. This is the module. This has a option for battery testing. It has. Oh, yeah, Jeremy sent me this. He sent me the old school Shell oil and that pH 25 filter I showed you. So thank Jeremy for sending that, because I'm fixing to cut this thing open. If I could, do we do it now here while we're live? Anyway, about the scan tool that Topton sent me. It also has an oscilloscope built into it. So if you get the leads and everything for the oscilloscope, you can actually have all of it hooked up. I don't know what this TC, let me click on it and see what it is. Agree. Oh. Uh-huh. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Downloading file. I guess it's a picture taking app. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. It's do you even get out of this thing? Oh, you can hook this up as a thermal imager. Yeah, so look here. You can hook a thermal imager up to this thing and take pictures of it while it's Bluetoothing to the tablet. Temperature monitoring, it has the ability to temperature monitor. How do you order it? The device is not connected with your phone. Please connect. You can connect this to your phone? I wonder if your phone becomes the... Huh. Maybe your phone becomes the imager for this. Temperature monitoring. It says temperature monitoring. Monitor in hours, in minutes, or by the day. The highest temperature or the lowest temperature. And then you go here. Thermal imaging. The device is not connected with your phone. Well, how the heck do you connect it with your phone? Then you could store images in the gallery. Dude, this thing does a lot. Holy crap. Oscilloscope. Let's see what that looks like. No external device connected. Please try again. So I guess you got to look up like a top-down oscilloscope edition, and you can hook it into this. It's a really nice scan tool. Let's look. I'm going to shut it down for right now, and I'm going to look and see what else is in the kit. I want to see what else is available, and I should order it for this thing so we can try everything out. Make sure that we're doing everything to review it. Maybe Top Dun can send me, maybe I'll reach out to them and say, hey, send me the rest of the stuff that goes with this. You want me to fully review it, send me some stuff to go with it. Send me the accessories. Oh, here's some leads here. Different ways to charge it. You can hook into it. You can have it hooked up to the battery. Cigarette lighter charging as well is in the bag. Different types of leads and connections and extensions for your OBD. Aren't these like connections for like certain European cars or import cars? Because I remember one of my other kits that I had, one of the guys in the shop has like an old Honda that needed a connection like this. And he had to take the adapter out of my kit in order to adapt it to the OBD port. Same thing here. OBD1 types, yeah, OBD1 type stuff. And then here's the adapter. You know, Kevin, I question that too because I've seen a lot of Autel stuff, a lot of Autel programming in other people's handhelds. That X tool, that's Autel. The one that I reviewed not too long ago, that's definitely Autel. and it works very, very well. Thermal scanner link. I'm not sure which. Are you asking me for it? I don't know what you mean, because I don't have a thermal scanner link. Here's all kinds of really cool adapters that are in there that I don't know what the hell they go to. You guys probably know more about these than me. I've never. What was the one I did? Turn the wheels. What do you say? Follow the link to see products. Oh, I don't. I'll have to look in the thing whenever I get off of here to go see where the rest of the products are. Here's more adapters. This one right here is Toyota. Here's an adapter. Here's another one. It's a real simple 3-pin. You too. Have a good day. It comes with extra fuses, I think, for the battery charger thing. That's really all I got for you guys. I don't have anything else. Later we're gonna take this out to the Lincoln Town Car, and we're gonna do some diag. We're gonna hook it up and see what kind of graphing we have and stuff like that. And we are going to use this new Phoenix Plus from TopDon. This thing says ECU coding, active tests, all available system diagnostics, oil, SAS, BMS, TPMS, throttle matching, cover 120 plus vehicle brands across global, simple step-by-step procedures at fingertips, one-touch AutoVin Smart Auto Diagnosis, 2.0 gigahertz 4-core processor, 10.1 Android tablet with a 6,000 milliamp battery, 4 gig RAM, 64 gigabyte onboard memory, multilingual menu, English, French, DEITESPTJPRL, Japanese, Russian, Italian, DE. What is DE? I don't know. Maybe I'm just drawing a blank right now. ES. Espanol. PT. PT. 9 volt to 18 volt. Storage temp negative 4 degrees to 140 degrees. Operating temp 32 degrees to 122 degrees. And it's 10.9, 7.5 by 1.75 inches. And it's 58.85 ounces, 155 or 1,555 grams. Let me see if I can find my cutter, and let's see if we'll cut this Fram filter open right now before we get off of here. Okay. I have lost 13 pounds this week. I went back to doing the keto diet and I feel much better. Now that my knee and stuff is much stronger than what it was before, I have been working on my diet and I've been doing that OMAD, 1 meal a day stuff, and it's really working well for me. But I've been eating like, if I come home and I eat dinner, I eat like a steak, a big fat juicy steak, like, you know, at least 16 ounce or more. So I'm getting plenty of fat, plenty of protein. I'll eat like a big giant, like 2 or 3 cups of veggies, like green veggies, and I don't eat for another entire 24 hours. I found these right here. So I won't snack on anything during the day. I found these at Costco. They're High-Low Life, and they're actually made from almond flour. And I don't have a blood sugar reaction to these. So they're not made with corn. So all the carbs and stuff that diabetics usually get, like sugar rushes and stuff from, you don't get with these. So like on Taco Tuesdays, I'll crunch some of those up with some like seasoned ground beef with like taco meat and stuff like that, or taco seasoning and stuff, and I'll put some salsa, and super low carb, like, and I enjoy every bit of it. That's my 1 meal a day on Tuesdays. So yeah, I can't do like all of the excessive amount of nuts and stuff like that, and sugar that they put on it. Okay, let's look here. This is that filter, made in the USA, oil gasket, Titan 3/4 turn after gasket contact with base. Pull this off of here. Check this. Still looks really good. Only out on the surface here do you see any kind of like really dryness at all. You flip to the inside of it and it's really nice and shiny still. And it's still in really good shape. It's still rubbery, still has there's nothing dried out about it. That's nice. This can on this feels extremely thick. Base plate is the typical 3-thread, nothing too special right there. Looks like the gasket, the drain back gasket, is really nice. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? You either run AC Delco or Mobil 1 filters. No longer a Mobil 1 oil fanboy. We switched to Valvoline. The Mobil 1 filters are okay. I mean, there's nothing special about them. They're just okay. The AC Delco filters are typically made pretty cheap unless you're getting the actual gold ones, the extended ones. So You might be getting Champ Labs. Some of the ones I cut open, the older ones from AC Delco, did have Frams inside them. You know, many manufacturers use Champ Labs and Frams to make their OE filters. So the AC Delco ones aren't everything they're cut out to be. Just because they're OE. There it is. Mama had a baby and her head popped off. That's something from back when I was a kid. Look here. The old cardboard base. Really thick end plate. That's nice. Big old giant holes in it. There's the anti-feedback diaphragm from back then. This spring here on the top. Very nice filter plates for sure. And yeah, no bypass valve. Well, that's all I got. Y'all have a great day. Be blessed. My family's coming down right now. I'm gonna go hang out with them. Take care.